Human mind cannot contain either joy or misery or problem. It cannot just hold and remain. It just always spreads it. If we are miserable, we talk. And if you are happy, then also you talk. And more when we are miserable. If you just look at the phone bills, you will see 60% of your phone calls are you are talking your problem out. That too to people who cannot do anything about it. Definition of a good company is when you go and sit with someone and say your problem and you walk away feeling there is no problem at all. You feel lighter. The bad company is you have a problem, you go and sit and talk to someone and you will feel it is much more than what you thought it is. You walk away from them with a heavy heart, more depressed, more anxious. Such bad company cannot let the love blossom in your heart. Narada says, Dussanga sarvataiva tyaja. By all means shun the bad company. Company is something with which you take support, with which you interact. It's not something that you help. It doesn't mean that you keep away from bad people. No person is bad. Moods are bad, but not people. Tendencies are bad, but not a person. Narada doesn't say that you avoid all bad people. So don't shake hands with their state of mind. Otherwise, a polarization will take place on this planet. All good people in one group, all bad people in another group. There will be never an interaction. Why should you shun the bad company? Because what does it create in you? It says kama, krodha, moha, lobha. Buddhi nasha, sarva nasha karanatvat. The bad company brings in desire. See, someone brought a Rolls-Royce car and tells you, look, I brought this Rolls-Royce car. And this talk about it. And then the mind goes, okay, company means I also should be in par with this man. Okay, let me also buy Rolls-Royce. Someone brings a jewelry, buys a jewelry and shows to you, oh, you feel, oh, that person is, I too should have. The competition. Company creates competition. Compassion creates cooperation. Company creates competition. If you feel compassionate, you do something to help them out. But you just want to keep company, then you want to do what they are doing. Such company can create desires, and anger, delusion, and the mind is lost, intellect is lost, reason is lost. Greed grips the mind. The mind under the grip of greed come crashing down. Smriti Bhramsha, forgetfulness of the purpose of life will occur. With these tendencies, you don't know what for you are doing all this. You don't know why you are amassing wealth. What for the money is. Half the health you spend gaining wealth, and half the wealth you spend to gain back that health. It's not an intelligent thing to do. Buddhi nasha. Intellect will lose its reason. A person who is angry, agitated, will have his own logic, will have his own reason. It's useless to argue with such a person. You all have had this experience, right? You have had an experience, and they'll put all their logic and say what they say is the correct thing, because the intellect is lost. There is no awareness. And they think they have all reasons to do and everybody else is foolish. And I think nobody understands. I know I have the reason for it. Mind is agitated. Such is the bad company. Buddhi nasha, sarva nasha, karanatvat. Tarangaita api sangat samudrayante. In the beginning, it may be just like a ripple. Pure in mind, just a ripple of a desire, a ripple of anger, ripple of something. The company. But when you associate, when you go more into that company, it will become like an ocean, it will flood you away. It will be like a tornado. What do you call it? Tornado? Storm in the ocean. Dussanga sarvataiva tyaja. Shun such company. And this is the criteria. Go with a lot of problem to somebody, they'll make you feel, oh, this is all nothing, make you feel lighter. And you walk away from them, that problem simply evaporates, disappears. That is the Mahat Sangha. It's the right company, good company, company of the wise. And the company of the wise is hard to get. Anywhere you go, say any problem, people nod their head and they'll say, yes, yes, you are right. So and so is hopeless. I know it. And people feel comfortable with it. If someone agrees with your negativity, you feel comfortable. You feel they're nice. They understand you. Because you see them as in par with you and they agree with you, you feel comfortable. If someone refutes your negativity, that is even more painful. There are few who take the courage to refute the negativity of a person. Mostly people say, why I get headache? Just agree with them. Tarangaita api sangat samudrayante. The beginning, this comes as a ripple, but in association, it becomes like an ocean. And you don't know, one day you are drowned in such an ocean of doubt, of misery, of anger, of hatred, jealousy, greed, all this negativity. So when you are under a grip of such an illusion, such a delusion, how will you cross this ocean? Kastarati Maya. Who will cross this illusion? Who will overcome this illusion? Yo sangam tyajati mahanubhavam sevate. Yes, sangam tyajati yo mahanubhavam sevate nirmamo bhavati. One who keeps with one's own company for a while. You don't have time to reflect about yourself. This is a problem. You are in a whirlpool of influence of so many people around you, and all their opinions, the media, the television, the newspaper. And you are bombarded by the opinions. Your mind starts thinking, have you taken time off from all this? Just relaxed for a while. Let your mind move into its source. The Heart Sutra, Buddha says the same thing. It says same like Narada. It says go beyond. Everything is empty. Emptiness. There is nothing in this. The five senses are emptiness. The five elements are emptiness. The mind is all empty. Everything is emptiness. This is the basis of Heart Sutra. Buddha's Heart Sutra. And the same Narada had said thousands of years ago, and before, that Sanghan Tyajati, one who moves away from all the boundaries, all the restrictions, all the opinions, and relaxes into himself. Mahanubhavam sevate, one who serves the wise, the enlightened, one who keeps the company of the enlightened, one who takes the knowledge from those who are knowledgeable. Nirmamo bhavati, he becomes free from the egotistic stifling which is created for oneself. It's the ego that is the problem, no? Behind every tear, there is ego saying, I am here, I am here. All the show of business is all ego. I want to be one man up than everybody. Or I should be at least in par with them. With those people who say, I should be like them, I should be this way, I should be that. I should be that way creates all this trouble for you. It takes away the naturalness, the simplicity, the innocence, and the smile away from your face. Kastarati Mayan, who crosses this ocean of misery? The Maya. Maya means all that which can be measured. And all that you see, you smell, you touch, you feel, they all can be measured. So the whole world is Maya means all that can be measured, because measurement itself is not real. Something measures 6 kilos here, in the moon it will measure only 1 kilo. So you go in the space, it doesn't have any weight at all. Your measurements are elusive. So your judgments are elusive. You think something about a person, that's not what he or she is. The illusion word is also because that's something which is not real, and measurement itself is not a real reality. It is relative identity that we give. A relative identity which we give has no absolute reality. The world is Maya, means it's all changing. It's all measurable. And go beyond that to that immeasurable ocean of existence, to that reality of your existence, that reality, that essence, the central point of our life is what you're looking for, and that is divine love. So Sangam Tyajati, move from the identities that you hold on to. Most of your identities, because of your association as your friends. Even children, they just repeat what the parents say. A 10-year-old boy say, all my life I have never seen something like this. I've never seen anything in the whole universe. As though you know the whole universe. Because the boy has heard mother saying, all my life I have suffered. And the boy repeats that. And the girl repeats it, all my life I have always had problem. The language we speak is imitation. We are just like parrots of our company. The sage Adi Shankara, he went in search for one of his future disciple, became his disciple, Mandashra. And he asked, where does this scholar live? He wanted to debate with the scholar. And people said, in front of his house there will be parrots, and the parrots will be discussing knowledge. A parrot will say which is real, which is unreal. The parrots will talk, what is the proof, what is a reliable proof, what is non-reliable proof, what is absolute proof and what is relative proof. When the parrots are talking such language, you know that is the house of the scholar. So you don't have to enter into the house. If there are parrots outside, they'll say, oh, kill him, finish him. Parrots keep saying such, that's the house of a dacoit. Talk in terms of violence. You see that violence is going on. Children are parrots. And I tell you, even you are parrots. Because we have been used to talking in that language, imitating our associations. We have never had time to relax into the silent core of our being. We never went through the Heart Sutra, the Bhakti Sutra, thread of divine love, where you move beyond this. Nirmamo bhavati. You become free of this egotistic feelings. I, me. What about me? You know, the technique to get depressed is just sit and see. What about me? What about me? What about? Just think about yourself. What about me? What will happen to me? Soon you'll get depressed. A month or two should be sufficient enough. Nirmamo bhavati. Freedom is when you stop worrying about yourself. Bondage is when you keep worrying about yourself. Lovers do not worry. If they worry, they are not really not unselfish lovers. Love dissolves ego. Simplicity dissolves ego. Naturalness dissolves ego. Craziness dissolves ego. If you just want to act like a crazy person one day, look at where there is ego or you feel freedom. If you cannot love, at least you can be crazy. In that sense, at least you'll be free. And when you are free, what dawns from within you is love. When you give up your craving for pleasure, freedom comes. And when you don't care for freedom, divine love dawns in you. Person who is too much bothered about freedom, oh, my freedom, what will happen to my freedom? He can never love completely because he's paranoid. He's worried about his freedom. Many men and women in America remain single because they're so paranoid about losing their freedom. So they shut down, they stop loving people. They go only that far and then they shut down. If fear comes up, what will happen? People live together for many years, don't get married. Why? Fear, okay. Fear of sharing. You get married, then you don't know. They may demand half of your wealth. Keep all the accounts, how many ice cream you bought, how many pizzas you paid for, how many. So if tomorrow separation happens, okay. We can keep our accounts separate. I see, poor people are richer. And rich people are even more poorer. Perhaps that's why in the Bible also it said, a camel can go through a needle's hole and not a rich man. This must have been an experience of those people. There is truth to it. It's amazing. If you see in the poorer countries, the people are more generous. They do more service activity. I mean, there is an exception for every rule, and there are certain exceptions in this also. I mean, there are very generous rich people too. But this tendency of craving for pleasure, when it doesn't go, then that richness has not come into you. who will crave for food? One who has? The craving indicates poverty. The craving for freedom or fear of losing freedom indicates lack of knowledge of self, lack of a glimpse of divine love. A gentleman used to come to me and I used to tell him, "Oh, you're so generous." He used to every day used to go, "Oh, he's a very generous person." I used to introduce him, talk to him. I said, "You're such a generous man." One day he came and told me, "Guruji, why are you calling me generous? I am not so. Either you don't know me or you have some reason to tell me I'm generous. I do just the opposite. I buy one ice cream and split it into my kids. I buy one ice cream and ask my two kids to share that. I don't give enough money to my wife to do her things." I told him, "I know, that's why I'm telling you, at least you start. When you take on an identity, you are generous, you'll become generous." You keep calling someone who loses their temper, "Oh, you're such a calm, nice person. You're such a wonderful, calm person." I tell you, you are the seeds that you sow in them, sooner or later it's going to sprout. It does happen. You Mahabhavs, those who serve great saints, just get people. More. great saints, sages, great people. Nirmamo bhavati. They gain that freedom. Okay, if that is not available, what you do? Suppose you don't get a sage, saint, an enlightened person to serve. You vivikta sthanam sevate, yo loka bandha munmulayati, yo nistray gunyo bhavati, yo yoga kshemam tyajati. Suppose that's not available, the opportunity to serve, because it comes only by grace, not by your doing. If that opportunity is not available, what do you do when you are in turmoil? Vivikta sthanam sevate. Go in some seclusion. Take time off. Be by yourself. Loka bandha munmulete. Drop all the strings, the concerns you have about what the world or the people think about you, what you have to gain from them. Drop all that concerns, all worldly concerns. Take time off, take a break, take a sabbatical from your activity. Move on, go. You have a drinking problem, go to seclusion. You have drug problem, go to seclusion. You have any other addiction that bothers you? Violence. You know how violence comes up? Unanswered question in the mind gets fermented and becomes violence. You want to try? Experiment? Suppose someone asks you a question, where are you going? You just don't answer, just smile them. Second time they'll ask, where are you going? They'll raise the voice. Don't answer them. Third time, I'm asking you, can't you hear me? Where are you going? And the fourth time, that same question which you have not answered will come up with anger or violence. Haven't you experienced this? You have done this also. You ask someone some question, first time, second, no answer, third time, fourth time you demand. I ask you, can't you listen to me? Can't you? An unanswered question in the mind gets fermented, that becomes violence. That way, violent people always have a question in their heart. Why this? Why me? And they're all fighting for justice, I tell you. They think they are fighting for justice. And behind that justice is the anger, that hatred, violence. What to do? Why people are put in jail? They need to be away from the associations, companies. They have to go back within themselves. That's why people are put in jail. The main principle, philosophy behind putting someone in jail is to settle them down, calm them down, get them back to their senses. Yo loka bandha munmulayati. Drop all the bondages of the world. Vivikta sthanam sevate. Stay in a secluded place. Yoga kshemam tyajati. What is that you are looking for? You want to attain what you don't have or maintain what you have. There are only two things. All actions are oriented to gain that you don't have. You want to acquire more. Or to maintain what you have. You have a house, you want to maintain the house. You have a car, you have to maintain your insurance policy. You have to maintain whatever, pay all the bills. So your worry is about maintaining or acquiring. This worry to acquire on maintaining, one who can drop that, relax for a while in seclusion. Otherwise, no use in sitting in seclusion thinking, okay, when I go out of this, after 3 months, what I will do. After 1 week of seclusion, then that whole 1 week you sit and plan and plan and plan and plan, and your head become more hot. Without any activity, you get even more tired. If you have no activity, then you get even tired. Sitting and thinking, you spend much more energy than working. People who worry have less energy than people who do hard work. Because 1 hour of worrying is equal to 8 hours of hard work. So if you worry 2 hours, that's 16 hours of hard labor, moving stones. No point in worrying about it. One who has trust will know all that one needs will be provided. One who has trust knows all that one needs will be provided. And what is it you're going to maintain? How long you're going to maintain for? There is a story, a man renounced his everything, his home, his wealth, his family, everything. He said, I'm renouncing, I'm going into the forest, become a sannyasi, a recluse. So he walked 10 kilometers. Suddenly he remembered when he was going out, silver cup was left on the outside of the door. A silver cup was left in the garden, in the outside the house. He suddenly remembered, I had tea and I just left the silver cup. So he walked all the way 10 kilometers back to tell his wife, hey, take care of the silver cup. That means though you walk 10 kilometers, you haven't moved 1 inch away from your possession of a small little silver cup. Such silence, no use. Maybe very little use it will give. At least you are not blabbering and telling some things which will put you into more trouble. Loka bandha munmulayati nistraigunyo bhavati. It transcends the qualities. Sattva, rajas, tamas transcend the quality of inertia, of activity, agitation, and even sattva means knowledge, transcend the knowledge also. Silence is you transcend even knowledge. Otherwise, you can hold on to your ideas, opinions, philosophies, and chew on it the whole time. There is no silence then, no quietness. You have come out of all worldly things, but you can sit and think about which is great, Is Lutheran philosophy is correct? Is Catholicism is correct? Or is Protestants' version of Bible is correct? Is Hinayana Buddhism is correct? Or Mahayana is correct? Or Advaita is right? Or Vishishtadvaita is right? Whether karma is right? You can go on and on and on with even theories and confuse yourself. Read hundreds of books. Finally get nowhere. Yoga kshemam tyajati. One who does not worry about acquiring something new. One who does not acquiring about something new or worried about maintaining what he has, but he has the trust. And if you take some time off like that, then also you'll overcome the ocean of misery. Second option. And the third option, yah karma phalam tyajati karmani sanyasyati tato nirdvando bhavati. Yah karma phalam tyajati. Suppose you cannot do that, but you are acting, you have to be acting, you have responsibility, you cannot just go away into a corner. Then Narada says, okay, there is one more option I give you. Karma phalam tyajati. Drop the fruit of the action. Renounce the fruit of the action. That means what? Whatever you have acted, do not regret nor rejoice it. Take them as they come. You did something, okay, fine, it's done, and whatever is the result, it's come and that's it, okay. Move ahead. Just keep acting, not worry about the outcome of the action. You see what I'm saying? The worry of the outcome of an action creates anxiety before the action happens and regret after the action has happened. And our life is swinging between regret and worry. A gentleman got $1 billion lottery. Jackpot. What do you call jackpot? $1 million lottery. He was a very poor guy. Suddenly he got 1 million. He was very happy. So he wanted to buy a house. He went around in the car in Beverly Hills, Sunset Boulevard. He found a house, but it's just $1.25 billion. It was $1.25 million. He just lacked 0.25 million. 250,000 is what he lacked. Then the regret started happening. I must have bought another ticket which should have given me 2 million instead of even 1.5 million I would have agreed to. So what, I cannot have this house now. I cannot have this house. He couldn't sleep. He felt so miserable, he had to go to a psychiatrist, say counselor, psychologist. Say, I cannot sleep. And I feel I just missed it. Should have got a little more, it could have made me happy. Now I regret why I did get even this. This has kept me lingering in the middle. Neither I could have that house. Now I feel happy with this money. Holding on to the fruit of the action either brings regret or brings anxiety before it comes. Karma phalam tyajati. Take it. This is our karma. This is what has happened. This is the way it is. Accepting and moving ahead. And karmanyapi sanyasyati. And being centered in every action. This is often interpreted as dropping all action. Not doing any action. No. Karmanyapi sanyasyati. Sannyas means to be centered. Doing any action, being totally centered. Tato nirdvandvo bhavati. He goes beyond the duality. beyond the swing of the mind. If you can be centered in your action, then there is nothing left to be not centered in life. Anyway, you are centered most of the time when you sleep. It's when you awake, that's when all the worries begin, right? But if you are centered and calm and serene, settled, doing your activity, whether it is pleasant to you or unpleasant to you, whether it is giving you your desired result or it is adversary. Yo vedanapi sanyasyati kevala avichinnanuragam labhate. One who even drops all the knowledge. Interesting, right? One who drops all knowledge, all concepts, he attains absolute ecstasy, absolute love, intoxicated in divine love. Do you want to remain in your head thinking, or you just want to merge, be intoxicated, sing, dance, celebrate? Celebration doesn't include thinking. Because thinking keeps you separate. Celebration is merger. And in merger, there is always songs. There is singing, there is dancing. And that is celebrate, laughing. You can laugh for no reason. And often this is what happens. People are happy in the celebratory mood. Small little things can trigger the laughter. Someone says, hey, look, there is a bucket there. Oh, bucket. And people, oh, bucket. Everybody laugh. And look at the water ball hanging above your head. Everybody laugh. When reason does not hold, that's when laughter comes. You laugh at all that is which is unreasonable. Because our intellect refuses to comprehend that or hold on to it, it drops, then you laugh. Fools make you laugh. Why? They don't agree with your intellect. Or your intellect doesn't agree with them. That's why you laugh at them. Laughter makes you transcend your intellect. Celebration is when you transcend intellect. You buddhe paratattva saha said the that. You can't renounce that which you but to renounce that, at least you must have that. You can't renounce that which you don't have. When the intellect becomes so sharp by knowledge, transcend that. That's why the highest knowledge was called Vedanta, the pinnacle of knowledge, the end of knowledge. Where knowledge ends, dissolves, and gives way for love to arise in tidal waves. And when love arises from your heart in such tidal waves, it just washes away any knowledge, anything that you hold on. It makes the head hollow and empty. Knowledge is similar to worry. Worry is also thought. Knowledge is maybe an antidote to worry, but still it is a thought. But anuraga, that love, avichinna anuragam, uninterrupted, unbroken, a love that doesn't have any holes, any flaws, that arises from your heart, like it arises in a child, like it arises in a saint. Kevala avicchinnanuragam labate. Satarati satarati salokan tarayati. Such a person crosses the ocean of misery, and he helps everyone else to cross also. If you are free, you can make others free. If you are not free yourself, how can you bring freedom to anybody else? Satarati, he definitely crosses. One with a flood of love in his heart crosses the ocean of misery. Crosses this chattering mind, this conflicting mind. It conflicts all the time. No? Some good thought comes and the bad thought comes and the good thought comes and some agreeable thought, disagreeable thought, and you keep fighting. Let alone you fight with others, you fight more with yourself. There is a huge dvandva, it's called dvandva. Fight happening inside you. Simple things can create fight in you. You want to give a gift to somebody, and the mind says, maybe this is too much, maybe I'll cut into half. You wanted to give $200 to somebody, the mind says, no, let me give only 100. Should be enough for now. And one mind argues, no, maybe I should give 200 because that person gave me already 200. So I should give. So it's okay, no, doesn't matter. Now you give 100 another time. So your mind is fighting now, whether I should give 100 or 200. You have come across all this. You have two gifts in front of you and then you think so many times which one to give. Once I was in Detroit, this was long ago. When I first came to North America, we had a small satsang. And after satsang, everybody went home. An hour and a half later, an old lady comes back to the house, knocking at the house door. It was almost midnight. So he said, I had to see Guruji immediately, urgent, very urgent. So what is so urgent? So the host of the house, they knocked at my door and said, one lady has come and she wants to see you urgently, immediate, very urgent. I also said, okay. I came out and this lady comes and hands over a check. $300 check, she says. Guruji, I had to give you this. I said, what is this so urgent? Could have given me tomorrow, another time. Said, this is for the school project you do, you have to take this. I said, okay, fine, I'll take it. But what is such a hurry for you? You went back and all our 1 hour drive, she stays far away, not very close to. And she comes back all the way driving back to give me the check. What was such a great hurry in doing so? Said, Guruji, you can believe anybody, you cannot trust your own mind. I just wanted to give immediately. Tomorrow, you don't know if I change my mind. And this elderly woman, she must be about in her 70s. She told me a story. Said, I want to share a story with you. I said, fine, okay, bedtime story, tell me. Said a merchant was in a boat with a few other fishermen. And then the boat capsized. So other people knew how to swim and the merchant didn't know. and he was a billionaire. I was drowning. Then he begged the boatman, the owner of the boat, who was also swimming, holding on to some little log of wood, said, please do something, save me. If you save me, I'll give you all my wealth. The boatman said, okay. So he did something and put the man in the boat. Somehow, the boat started moving, half broken, a little piece of wood. And, the boatman know how to maneuver, and a little piece of wood, and he was sitting, and the boatman tried to swim and drag him along with that. Halfway through the river, he said, well, if I give you all my wealth, what will I do? How will I live? Now we will make a compromise. I'll give half of it. Otherwise, I don't mind. I'll give everything, but my wife and kids will not leave me alive. And there is no use of you saving me. They will kill me. So your job will become futile of saving me. Nobody will give you credit. So do one thing. Half I will give you, half I have to give my wife and children. And the boat, as it neared the shore, man said, well, can we talk? We'll give 1/4 to what I will do. See, you should think about me also. No, I'm sure you don't want me to have a bad life, suffer. I'm a very big philanthropist. I'm a very good person. So why not we keep share between you and me, half. Half goes to my wife and family, rest half me. And by the time the boat reached that little piece of wood which the boatman was dragging and swimming and brought to the shore, he took a $5 note and told him, see, well, what? Of course, you just swam from there to here and brought me. Anyway, you are going to come. You just dragged me along. That's all you did, no? $5 would be enough. Said the mind changes like that from minute to minute. To do anything good, we postpone. We'll say, we'll do it tomorrow, I'll do another day. But to do something bad, to do something wrong, we want to immediately. If you want to yell at somebody in the middle of the night, you take the phone and yell at them. So mind is like that. See, Gurudev, she said, this mind you cannot trust. I can trust other people. So I just wanted to do it right today, right now, please. Satarati, salokan starayati. He crosses the ocean of misery. And one who is like a child, he can guide everybody. Children are your Satgurus. If you look at a child, the child will give you all the knowledge that you need to live your life. And Sadguru is a child, and child is your Sadguru. Guru has 5 qualities. Who is a Guru? He said, there are 5 qualities you can recognize. Dukkha-kshaya. You are sad, miserable in the presence of the Guru. The sorrow or sadness will diminish. Sukha avirbhava. For no reason, happiness wells up in you. You become happy, joyful. Diminishing of sorrow, sadness. Raising of joy, happiness. Jnana raksha. Awareness or knowledge is protected. Wisdom is gained, protected. Samriddhi. There is abundance. Whatever needed keeps coming. It's not abundance means there is not a huge hole of wealth. When what is needed at that time, those things start coming. Abundance. There is a feeling of abundance, sense of abundance. And then talents arise in you. One who can never write poetry will start writing poetry. One who could never sing will start singing. One who could not write will start writing. One who can never cook will cook. Hidden talents blossom. Sarva Samvardhan. All round blossoming of personality. These are the 5 things that happen around a master, around a guru. If to some extent they'll all happen around a child also. If you observe, not just a child is born, the mother is also born with the child. Mother, she starts learning how to care. A girl becomes a woman. Woman starts learning how to care. A new talents and skills of how to appease the child, how to console, all these qualities also come around. And around a master, all these things happen naturally. That much for today.
Close your eyes for a few seconds. Close your eyes. Revise in your mind what Gurudev said. What are the 3 ways? Slowly you may open your eyes. Turn on the camera. Okay. So 3 things he said. Anyways, Gurudev explained in so much detail. What 3 things he said? What is the base of everything he said? He said first is to serve the wise, the company. The company matters. Then he gave the example of parrots and everything. So first is company. Company of the wise. To serve the wise is one way. What is the second way? Second way is to let go and rest. Let go of the cravings of more and more acquiring and then maintenance and all those things. Let go of that. That is the second way. See, first way is rare to get a guru, Sadguru in life, which we fortunately have. Okay, we very fortunately have guru in our life, so we have the company of the wise and we can serve the wise. So we are very lucky to have the first option also. And the second option, Gurudev said, is to let go, relax. We are always acquiring. What do we want to acquire? What we don't have. And then whatever we have acquired, we need to maintain it. So maintaining so much of headache. Yeah. You cannot acquire everything, and how long can you maintain? So letting go of that and resting in the self. If you can't be in the company of the wise or of the guru, of the Sadguru, you can go inside. Let go of everything and go inside. Be in that seculate. What is that word? Be with the self. Forget about everything. Let go of everything. Just be with the self. Few moments, few days. No craving. Gurudev said, if you crave, Craving indicates poverty. Yes, craving indicates poverty. So don't crave. And third and final thing he said, if let's say you cannot let go of activity, you have to work all the time, then let go, renounce the fruit of the activity. Good, bad, doesn't matter. Whatever the fruit of activity is, you renounce that. Once you renounce the fruit of activity, then is then you are already centered in your action. And if you are centered in your action, that there is nothing more you need to be centered about, right? Because if you are holding on to the fruit of actions, then what will happen? Huh? Before the action itself, there will be a lot of anxiety, and after the action, there will be regret. So let go, renounce the fruit of activity, action. Then he spoke. How do you know if you are in the company of the wise? How do you know that you are in the company of the guru? Then five things it will happen. Huh? Sorrow will diminish. Huh? For no reason you will be happy, joyful. Awareness of knowledge, securing the knowledge and wisdom will happen. Protecting the knowledge and wisdom will happen. A sense of abundance will happen. That whatever is needed will happen. Will come to me. Huh? That sense will come. And then talent will arise. Huh? The overall personality will change. Huh? New talents will come up. You thought you don't have that talent, but now you have it, like that. So these are the three ways. If you have any questions, you can ask. Now you can unmute yourself. Jai Gurudev. If there are any questions, you can ask. When you stop craving for pleasures, what happens? Freedom dawns. And when you don't even care for freedom, divine love dawns. So these are the three ways, serve the master, serve the wise. That's why we always give Guru Dakshina. Why? Because serving the master is the way for divine love. Okay, first. And second is, okay, it's very rare to have Guru in life, which we are very fortunate to have. So if you don't have the luxury of having the Guru, or the grace of Guru to have a Guru, then you can always go in, to yourself, or let go of the craving, let go of the worldly grip and hold and everything, let go. For a few moments, just hold on to the silence within. Rest in the silence within. Okay, and the third, once again, to let go of all the fruits of action. Let go of the fruits of action, there will be no anxiety, there will be no regret. You'll always be in the present moment. And if you'll always be in the present moment, then where else to go? Present moment, all the joy and happiness there is. Yeah. Okay. If there are no questions, no problem. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time. But if you are not doing self study, if you are not doing seva, selfless service, then taking out time will be very fruitful. Okay. So practice. Once you start practicing, then questions will also come. Otherwise, question will also not come. Then you will be like a spectator. Over. Yeah. Then end the meeting. Don't do that. Be an active participant. Otherwise you are not 100%. Otherwise you are not 100%. If you are not 100%, then go repeat happiness program. Okay, and not only them. Everyone should keep repeating happiness program. We started one yesterday. Today is the second day, and we'll do one more. So be ready to bring people. Okay. Jai Gurudev. Bye bye.